So I want you to tell these people who you are at home. This is the camera. I want you to tell these people who you are.
Under normal circumstances, introducing yourself is a relatively simple and menial task. It's more of a formality than a statement. But when it's Danny Garcia of the Boston Tekken Scene introducing himself to the audience at Boston's Red Bull Conquest qualifier,
StillElectric from Boston. Do you feel that?
StillElectric.
Do you feel that?
StillElectric.
StillElectric.
it is incredibly clear that his tag, StillElectric, holds an immense amount of power and prestige. What made the people in the audience feel the force of his tag? Danny speaks with what feels like generations of wisdom backing up his every word. His skill and execution with Devil Jin have hardly decayed over the last few years, during which he's emerged as the foundational rock holding the Boston Tekken scene together. The sources of Danny's wisdom, and the style with which he drops insight on you, will become clear throughout the following interview, which we here at BeyondFrameData are beyond proud to present. Today, we have for you a good-ass interview with a good-ass Tekken player and a good-ass man. In the spirit of Tasty Steve, make some noise for this episode of BeyondFrameData starring Danny StillElectric Garcia Dakota. Do you feel that?
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sion, and you guys are watching BeyondFrameData. Today, I'm joined with Danny StillElectric Garcia Dakota, aka StillElectric, aka the God. What's going on, Danny?
Good, man. Good to see you.
What's going on? Thank you for coming out.
Of course.
So everybody primarily knows you come from a Tekken background. Talk to me a little bit about you starting out in the Tekken scene. Like, what got you into fighting games to begin with?
Man, an old bald Trini dude who used to actually work at my father's barbershop, which is now my barbershop. Used to play video games in the back on his downtime.
Yeah.
They were playing Tekken. So he would gather a bunch of guys, they would all play back there. I used to go there and get my hair cut. And I was interested in what these guys were doing.
Okay.
I wasn't a gamer back then.
Yeah.
But they were playing Tekken. It was Tekken 2 at the time. And I started getting into it. Kind of took me under his wing. And literally that was history. I had a mentor for like beginning stages of my build-up. And there was there probably was a community, a Tekken community, but I was too young to know.
But why Tekken over like any other? It was the most prominent game at the shop, or like?
It was probably the most prominent game at the shop at the time, and it was interesting to me.
All right, cool. So you mentioned now that barbershop has become your barbershop.
That barbershop has become my barbershop.
So you competitively play. You also host your own sessions. At the same time, you have your own business kind of to run as well. Like, talk to me a little bit about that. Like, how do you manage your time there? Like, what does your schedule kind of look like there?
So I also work at a college too. So I guess if I were to start my day, it would be me waking up and going to that college and doing finance work there.
Okay.
By the time I get out, I'd probably rush over to the shop and just close with the guys. I have a few barbers there that kind of watch it for me while I'm away.
Okay, cool.
And so I usually just go close down with them.
Yeah.
Clean it, and after that it's game time. So obviously I have a session on Mondays for for Smash Brothers actually. Yeah, I'm a part-time Smash player, and on Mondays I meet up with a good crew of dudes.
Oh, you could shout it out, by the way.
Oh man, a great crew.
Drop
man,
it.
Smash Mondays, a good crew of dudes. I'm talking about Hannie,
and
Moy, and SC,
drop
and
the names.
Derek James. The whole crew is out
bang.
there, man. Listen, sometimes our Smash sessions get as big as 8 people, 9 people, and it's consistently been Mondays for like 6 months, 7 months now.
Yeah, 7 months
consistently, and it's a good time. And then I host sessions, of course, for Tekken, like maybe twice a week.
Twice a week. So going back to Tekken for like half a second, who do you main now? You main.
I'm a Devil Jin player.
You a Devil Jin player.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Devil Jin wasn't always around when the series started. Like, who did you originally play, and like, why did you transfer over to Devil Jin? Like, what made you want to make that change?
When I first started playing, I used to play Kazuya.
Okay.
And that's Devil Jin's dad. and or that's Jin's dad.
That's Jin's dad.
Yep.
Right.
And I was playing him for the majority of my Tekken career, and then in Tekken 3, Jin was introduced.
Yeah. You got the
Right.
Mishima
Jin was
style.
introduced, and Kazuya was no longer there, and so I was playing Jin,
he
and
had
it
the
was a
same
similar
style,
style,
Mishima
very
style.
similar style, and that changed as the Tekkens progressed.
Yeah, he just learned karate.
Jin learned karate, wanted to get rid of the Mishima style, and Kazuya returned
Yeah.
from the dead, and so I started playing Kazuya again. Tekken 6, Kazuya wasn't in his best form, and I was playing with him, but I also noticed I was struggling against other players and other characters, and so that's when I took it upon myself to pick up Devil Jin, which was like a different, it was the same Mishima style play, but he just had another set of moves that I had to learn and kind of learn how to incorporate in my gameplay, and and it was magic ever since.
At that point, that was like the birth of StillElectric's Devil Jin from there, Tekken 6.
Yeah.
So StillElectric, like, what is it about the Mishima style that made you been like, okay, this is why my gamer tag is this? Like, why is your gamer tag StillElectric? Like, what's up with that?
So my mentor played Heihachi Mishima.
Okay.
And so I kind of wanted to like mirror him, and since he was my mentor and he was playing like the eldest
I didn't even
Mishima,
know about this.
I figured that I would play the son. And so Kazuya,
Passing of the torch kind
passing of the torch type of thing. Yeah.
Nice,
So I didn't want
nice.
to play Heihachi, but I wanted to play somebody that was similar. So I think his son was pretty good. So Kazuya. And back then, growing up, I was actually Devil Danny. I wasn't StillElectric.
So it's called Devil Danny. That was the
Devil
original
Danny.
tag?
That was the original
Woo!
tag. Yeah.
Okay.
And then StillElectric formed when I met Nick off in bed. That was Tekken 6 era.
Drop the names of all day if you want.
All day, I'm dropping names all day.
So-
So Tekken 6, and that's also like that was my training partner, and that's kind of where I got to my level now, is because when I met Nick through my mentor, it was like one of the first times that I'd actually met a person online. It was kind of weird to do that.
Oh, like one of those, like, you actually get to meet people
like-
you play with, like Xbox Live friends kind of thing?
we didn't play
Like the-
online. We met through this this forum called Tekken Zaibatsu.
Oh my god! Shout outs to one of the. Oh, I know Tekken Zaibatsu.
You know
It's
Tekken
mad.
Zaibatsu?
Of course,
It's
yeah.
an old forum.
Really?
That
It's
everyone
their
used to
SRK
use.
basically.
Yeah, pretty much. It's
Their
pretty much
SRK.
their, yeah, exactly.
OD.
And so my mentor said that there was a player that
Yeah.
was in Boston that was looking for offline games. And I was like, that's perfect, because I literally been playing just my mentor. I didn't have any real like, diversity. And so I took the risk at the time, because I don't know who this dude is, but whatever. And we met and we connected, and he was like around my same level.
Okay.
And it was magic.
Talk to me about one of the biggest achievements of your life that you're like, when you finally noticed, I'm kind of nice at this. Talk to me about that. Talk to me about that moment where you're like, I'm a good Tekken player. Like,
Tekken 6 was the first iteration where I competed.
okay.
So like it was the first time I actually like
like, you went out
professionally
there.
traveled and left Massachusetts to compete. And I think like when I got my like first like top 16 or like
There you
top
go.
8, and I like hit the stage, that's when I was like, man, I got some
good.
talent.
You're good.
I'm getting out of a pool, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can stand up to some of these guys.
Yeah.
I took down some pretty good top players back then as well. So I think that's when I started to realize that I had some skills.
You had it.
Yeah.
All right. Now talk to me about one of the craziest losses you've ever had. Talk to me about a time where you lost. You're like, oh man, all I want to do is mess this guy up right now.
It was probably most likely like on stage. Actually, no, it was actually off stage. It was in New York. Can't
Okay.
even lie. It was in New York, and it was like a nitty gritty like tournament in like a basement. I forget what it was called, but I had played this kid who I was like well known in the community. His name was Filthy Rich, and
Oof.
he it was tag 2 at the time, and he had I think he played like Heihachi and Ancient Ogre maybe.
Okay.
And it was like pretty much like I had it all in the bag. Like I had the life lead throughout the entire set,
Yeah.
and I dropped
Just
a combo.
outplaying.
Straight dropped the combo, like for the game-winning combo, and he made a crazy comeback on me. Like a career, like
How did that make you feel? Like,
Oh,
were you robbed? Did you feel robbed as hell?
Yeah,
He felt robbed as hell.
Oh, it was heart wrenching. literally, you drop a game-winning combo, thinking that it was just enough damage to kill a person, and it backfired. And he used that momentum to the fullest and took me out. And I think that was like the match that would get me into like top 8. You know what I mean? So.
Oh my god.
It was crazy.
That dap out was probably the hardest thing of your life. Like you look over, you're like,
you know, for me, I think I've matured in a sense where like I don't take losses as hard as most do, and that's
better than me. I feel
yeah,
like.
I think that's a little bit of an ego thing. Like when you learn like that all L's are essentially like
a learning process.
A learning process
Yeah.
to becoming like a W.
Yeah.
It becomes a lot easier, you know. So for me, if I lose to somebody, I'm like, all right, I have a weakness. What is that? Like I'm the type of person that would review tapes over and over and just look at what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah. For people who don't know, this guy, you know, he always reviews tapes. He carries a notebook with him. I peeped the electric notebook, if you will, the burn book.
I gotta
the Mean Girl.
expose.
He's got the Mean Girls burn book in there, okay, with the hit list. But the reason I bring it up, expose you, if you will, is I think that's really admirable to have. So it's like that's really cool. You got that going on. Now, finally, as a competitor, you know, Tekken is known to be a really technical. Tekken is known to be a really technical game. Involves a lot of execution, a lot of reads, a lot of mind games, a lot of different opposing play styles, different characters. What is your one favorite aspect of Tekken, or even any fighting game that you like the most? Do you like the mind games? Do you like the conversation between the players? Execution? Is it like, what kind of player is Danny? Like, what do you like?
I'm a very execution based player. In my opinion, I really enjoy the movement in the game because so like Korean backdashing and also like sidestepping. Like, I think that it makes Tekken in particular stand out because you don't just pick up the game and start doing those things. It's something that you learn as you continue to play the game and as you gain experience. And so it's very easy to tell someone that's new to the game versus somebody that's more of a veteran.
Seasoned,
yeah. And so it was one of my favorite aspects.
Yeah. Who's your favorite Tekken player? Could be somebody. It could be the guy we're talking about at the shop. It could be a famous player. It could be a Boston player. It could be who do you think is your favorite player? Period, of all time. Or actually, could be now. Give me now and then all time.
That's a really good question. I really enjoy the Koreans.
Ooh, okay.
And so if I were to look at somebody that models like Devil Jin play, I would probably say Kudan's. Kudan is amazing. He won the Tekken World Tour, and this is a guy that's a guy who used to play Tekken way back in the day, and took a break, and he came back and won a whole world tour with a character that you would never think like the Mishimas are underestimated. Like they're respected. Yeah. That's clear, right? But it's hard to win with them in tournament because of how heavy their execution requires you to play. And so he came in and showed folks like this character can still do it. And nice. So I'd say Kudan's.
Okay, Kudan's? Perfect. Okay. Now while you are still competing and you still do have that fire, you know, you also help bring up the Boston community. You are one of the beacons, I would say, into keeping Boston Tekken alive. What aspect of Boston Tekken and Boston players that you see growing now, and where do you see Boston Tekken going from here?
Listen, as far as Boston Tekken is concerned, it was literally just a mix of me and Nick. And now we have a Facebook group of over 400 players.
Growth.
And I see at least 10% of them.
Can be.
I see at least 10% of them that are actively playing.
Yeah.
Could be a little bit more, but I mean, physically I see about 10% of them. We get a turnout at BP, 20 to 30 heads every time.
Oh, facts, absolutely.
Compared to, it was just me and Nick before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just two people, yeah.
So now it's like, and they all bring a variety of different styles and a variety of different characters. So
You get to
like
learn.
you get to learn. The community as a whole, I think, is lucky because they're able to learn matchups very quickly because there's so many different players, all different play styles, all different levels.
Yeah.
And you know, the ones that are going to grow and reach the very top are the ones that just are going to be the hungriest. You know what I mean?
Who want it the most?
And who wants it the most? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I would say that's the only thing that they have to overcome to get there.
Do you have any plans in terms of being like besides kind of like the Mr. Miyagi or the trainer over here, do you have any like TO plans, or do you have any like events that you think, oh, you know what, maybe I should host something, or maybe I should run something? Like you mentioned you host 2 times a week. You've also hosted people from different states even to come over here, but like what's the plans for the future in terms of Danny StillElectric?
I thought about that. I thought about that a lot, about taking something I enjoy and maybe capitalizing on it.
Yeah.
But then I thought that would take away from the hobby. And I
yeah.
think I wanted to keep it that way. So as far as business is concerned, I think I would be interested in maybe streaming.
Okay.
Like on more of a broad scale. I also at one point was very famous for a face of mine
Yeah.
that I
If you guys
that
haven't
someone
the Danny
the
face,
Danny
the
face.
emoji.
That's exactly what we call it. I was thinking about kind of branding that a little bit, and
would be
I think
dope.
I could get some hype on that.
Yeah. You
Maybe
also
even just
cultivate
selling,
though,
maybe
too.
just and even just kind of selling material, merch. And
Yeah.
everything. Yeah. So I was thinking about going that
Sick.
avenue. Yeah.
You know, but you also play other games, right? You mentioned earlier you played Smash.
I play Smash.
What do you feel like there's any kind of correlation there? I don't play Tekken, so I can't tell you about Tekken. What correlation do you feel is in both? Do you feel like the footsies are the same? Do you feel like, is there any correlate? Are they completely different? Like, what do you think?
To be honest, I think they're
Completely
completely different in a sense that like in Smash, I could pick up another character and it wouldn't take me months to learn.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
Tekken is a book. Like Tekken's a grind.
Tekken, you pick up a character, that's a commitment.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
your man's.
Yeah.
That's your character.
Yeah. For you have so many mains in Smash. You know what I mean? And that's because you can just pick up a character.
Someone
And
cut
just
the tape.
learn.
Someone cut the tape. Well, not in my house. First of all, mine. No. Everyone knows I main.
Random.
No. All
You
right,
random.
but he made his point. Tekken, you know, you pick up a character that's gonna be a study. It's like an exam.
Yeah.
You're studying for an exam.
Yeah.
Like you need to know the characters,
Yeah.
weaknesses, strengths, things like that. In this Smash especially, I feel you do yourself a disservice to pick. I feel like learning the cast will get you further as a competitor than learning one character.
Absolutely.
And this is why I always encourage people to like branch out, because a lot of people are like character specialists. In this Smash, especially with 80 something characters, like you it's really matchup dependent, as opposed to Tekken, where if you're so good with your main, it doesn't matter who they pick. You're gonna find a way to beat them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's very true. In this game in particular, they did a really good job of balancing so that you could literally play a character that you love and do well. You know, like obviously there's definitely some tiers for sure, but they're not heavy like.
But it's still on the player.
Yeah, it's still really on the player.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have hardcore bad matchups.
Are there any players in Boss Tekken recent times that has like spotlighted for you? Like, oh, okay, this dude right here, this girl right here, like they coming up. Anyone in particular?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's probably a few.
Go ahead.
It's probably a few. For sure, number one like is my boy Hot Like Fire, Malik.
Ooh, okay.
Man, that kid has come up from literally a year ago. And I kid you not, like he's one of those dudes that would just keep hitting me up every week and just being like games. And he would literally just come through and just play. And like now he's like taking games off me. Like Every
Oh,
time
you
I
gotta
play
try.
him, I gotta
You try.
sit up.
You gotta try.
I gotta
You
sit
gotta-
up. I'm like, wait a minute.
Danny's gotta play.
Yeah, for sure.
play.
He's well on his way,
Something
man.
nice.
He's well on his way. And you know, I've been kind of keeping him under my wing, so I think that he's just really sharp.
Okay.
Really sharp. There's a lot of other dudes too that I can mention, but like there's another player that comes and plays at BP all time, Jam, man. That kid's a fireball, man.
Jam?
Jam. Yeah. His name is Jam. He plays
Okay.
Marduk.
Marduk. Okay.
Plays Marduk, and I think he's been taking a lot of the BP tournaments, and he's just a fireball, man. That kid's aggressive. He will never let up. He just wants to do what he wants to do, and
you could tell.
Yeah,
His play style, right?
Yep, absolutely. There's another kid out there. His name is Snow. He plays
Shout out to Snow.
Anna. Man, he does good work. Like I could.
Do you think personality has to do with play style? I ask by the way, I ask everybody this. This is usually what I like to call a monkey business question, because it's a philosophy question. It's like, do you think your personality goes into your play style?
Absolutely.
You think so?
100%. 100%.
Wow,
I make comparisons to Tekken and
So
real
I play like
life
Wario
all the time.
I play like Wario. My personality like Wario.
That's not your main. Get out of here. That's not your main. I don't know who your
My
main
personality like Roy. Like Zero Suit.
It's kind of hard to compare, man. It's kind of hard to compare. I'm thinking about you as a player. Like I don't even care about your character. You as a player, I think that you balance on the edge of conservative and aggressive, right?
Okay.
You're like right in the middle. It's almost like the perfect balance.
Yeah.
Versus somebody like Derek,
This is good.
who is
Shout outs to King James.
who probably like
Shout
if
outs
we
to
gave him
King
$1 million,
James.
would spend it all in the club. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
He's
black.
wild.
Why'd you put it on black? That was alright.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he
Shout outs
doesn't,
to
he
King
doesn't know
James.
that block button, but you don't know about that. You don't know about that.
So
block button.
you believe your personality goes directly into your play style, and you think that's exactly the type of person he is. What do you favor more in fighting games? Defense meaning evasion, blocking, running away, zoning, camping, perfect blocking, sidestepping, Korean backdashing, or offense, which is pressure game, frame traps, chip damage, just all out attack. Which one do you value more, and why?
I value the perfect balance between the two.
You said there's not one style that's better than.
No way.
All right. It seems to be the consensus, right? It seems like everybody seems to be answering that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
And finally, as a player, my last question as a player, is there anybody out there you want to take to the mat as a player that you're like, you know what? I want a long set with this person, and if they see this, they know that you're hungry for that first attempt. Is there any player out there you're like, yo, I definitely want to play this guy in any game?
Like I would say off the bed, right? But him and I have been playing for literally 10 years. So like, and we always play. So, but it's not Nick. I would probably even move it over towards Smash Brothers and call out Mr. James. I need to take that bow.
Oh
down.
my God. Okay.
I have a vendetta.
I love that nobody knows about King James. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, there's a player he's older than me. I call him like the older brother, because when you're younger, you just listen to somebody just because they're older. It doesn't matter if they're playing longer or not. He's the bigger brother, so it's like he also played Diddy back when I played Brawl. He played Diddy too,
And he played Rob.
and he played Rob.
Yep.
But transitioning over to Brawl, he plays Bowser, which really complements his playstyle over Diddy or Rob, I feel, because the way King James likes to put you in positions where it makes you crack, and he tests your defense.
Yeah.
So if you make a wrong air dodge, you make a wrong spot dodge, then he's gonna punish you for it. So you to win, you have to play. I think playing against King James makes you a better player. So you would like to play a first 10 against this man.
Oh my God. Yes.
How confident do you feel?
Right now, not confident.
Not confident.
Not confident. I would say on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm like a 6, but I don't want a 6. I think I know the character I'm going to use to take him out, and I think I'm close to doing it, but I need 2 more.
So everybody knows you play Devil Jin, but now that we're in Smash, nobody knows who you play for Smash.
Oh,
Does this come out? Do we
out.
tell people? Does this come out?
I am a Zelda main.
That's bullshit. Oh, okay, fine. It's your
I am a Zelda main.
All right, he's gonna lie, whatever.
I am a Zelda main.
This interview is trash. I thought he was gonna tell the truth. Tell the truth.
And I play secondary Palutena.
Hey, she's
Secondary
so
is
cheap.
Palatine.
There we go. He made her
I
stop.
like characters with wings.
Yep. if the character has wings, then he plays Devil Jin. Yo, if you play Guilty Gear, you play Dizzy.
Okay.
We already
Sounds
talked,
dope.
or Amelia. Actually, no, you'd feel like Amelia. Okay.
All right.
So, besides that,
And Street Fighter. Street Fighter, I think I would play Sakura.
you would play soccer.
I dabble.
What do you think about Smash?
The game's great. It's great, man. It's way better than Smash 4.
Yeah.
Oh man, Moy and I dropped.
Absolutely, but it's way too loud that you're saying it. But yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think like most games, they made it very friendly for newcomers to come in and play.
Yeah. Oh,
And
absolutely.
I can see that in comparison to the older games. Like I used to play Melee, and
That game does not care about you.
Oh no, it's
Melee
it's,
does not care about you.
it's technical friendly.
Melee, if you did you mess up, that's a stock.
That's a stock. You
That's a
lose.
stock.
Yeah.
You lost because did you just break your finger? That's a stock.
But
Melee does not care about
But
you.
even things like edge guarding and
I
stuff,
think-
that's no longer like I enjoyed doing
Edge
that.
guarding switched officially from Smash 4
Yeah.
completely. They're like, let's change how that plays entirely. No more like Gimp grabbing the ledge.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a chance now.
Yeah.
Everyone gets the chance now.
Yeah.
So it's like now ledge trapping, right? That's like the thing. If you, so that's everything as a player, and you play Smash as well, and you like it. As a host or as a trainer, as a teacher, what is the most important thing for people to learn if they're trying to get into Tekken?
Fundamental gameplay is the most important. So if I were to break that down, that would be a good mix of learning how to dash block.
Yeah.
So that's being able to move forward, but then also
While
quickly
defending
holding back and defending yourself. Movement, like sidestepping, I think would be the next thing that you would learn. Being able to create space with backdashing, I think would be the third one. Punishment is number 4.
Is number 4. Okay, in that exact order then.
It doesn't have to be in that exact order,
But that's the most important.
but I think those are the most important things.
Okay.
And then you can learn your offense or create your offense.
All right.
But yeah, I definitely would think those other ones are more important.
How easy do you think it is for newcomers to get into Tekken, like Boston Tekken? Like, you think if anybody was to just show up at BP, like, you feel like the scene will bring you guys in?
Oh God, we're so welcoming.
Yeah.
We're so welcoming, and like I said, there's like so many different levels, and I think it's so important when you are playing Tekken to play somebody that's very close or similar to your level.
Yeah, you don't want to get washed or anything like that.
Well,
you don't learn.
but you know what, Tekken hurts, and it's so gratifying when you actually achieve something like a victory, or if you achieve like I'm finally backdashing, or, oh my God, I'm sidestepping moves now. Like it's so gratifying because you take a lot of L's before you get there, and a lot of people give up.
Yeah.
And they go back to whatever game they used to play or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So I think that yeah.
Danny StillElectric, thank you so much for everything. If you can give any piece of advice, any kind of motif, wisdom, anything like that you want to send everybody off with, what would you say? And you have the floor right now. Go ahead.
I would say that in fighting games, you wanna come into it with put your ego to the side. A loss is a victory, in my opinion, and once you can understand that, I think it'll help you grow. Sky's the limits.
All right, guys, there you guys have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is StillElectric. Yo, thank you for coming by, bro.
Come on, man. Of course.
Always.
Of course.
This is BeyondFrameData, and have a great day. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
Objection!
You got some time, Danny?
Yeah, man. Talk to me.
Alright, cool.
Perfect.
I just want to ask some questions. I guess it's off mic, but basically, like, so to me, I usually like to ask people about shit outside of the game. That's my kind of thing. I don't know. Tekken's cool, but like, you know, people are still people. So I just want to ask, like, for one, like, so you like got into Tekken because of your dad's barbershop and you had someone there playing Tekken. So how was it like, at least to me, kind of growing up with Tekken and also like being a part of that barbershop, like you know, like environment and just like playing with that dude?
I would say that I would go there to support my dad. I would go there and help him clean. I would get my hair cut, and I think I looked forward to every time I went because they were playing games in the back, and so it's an enjoyable experience from what I can remember, to a point where like I ended up getting a PlayStation 1, and getting Tekken. That was my first game, and I was actually really playing and dedicating time to getting better at the game.
Okay. And then like moving on from there is like playing Tekken in that kind of environment, and then going to like another like locals, or like going to like a regional major or something. What was there like a difference in energy, attitude, people, or just the environment?
Yeah, there was obviously like a crowd of people, and they're all watching you play. So for a newbie, it's nerve-wracking, especially like when you're on a main stage and everyone's watching. Like you literally almost forget how to play, but as you continue to do it, it becomes a lot easier, and so that was growth for me. Yeah.
You must have kept your hair so short as a kid, going back to the barber shop, getting the haircuts.
I kind of went through stages. Believe it or not, when I had long hair before, with like long braids, and then I cut it. I think after college, and kept it low. So I kind of mixed it up.
Okay. So then, how was it like, especially as you got older, kind of juggling, wanting to keep on Tekken? Because I know you StillElectric when I kept up with Tekken during Tag 2 the most. So how was it like, growing up, being an adult, and like still like being like, not the most well-known player, but still being a prominent like regional player that could like, basically like fuck people up in like other regions?
I think that it's important for everyone in this world to have an outlet, something that they just enjoy doing. Is just good for their mental health. So if it's a gym, if it's gaming, if it's whatever, I think that everyone should have an outlet. And so that's why I thought it was important for me to create time and space to game, and that's why I still do it today.
Okay, and then like with that, I see you're not as prominent in like Tekken 7. I see you're taking like a back step as like a competitor, but you still like, keep up with the scene. So where do you like, obviously you said like, you want to keep it more as like a hobby, but still like keep an eye out on all the younger people. Where do you see yourself like, in the future from there? Like, are you going to do what your dad did? You already said like, you go over to your shop, you beat the best guy at Street Fighter 5 and Street Fighter 4, get a free cut.
Yeah.
So what's the situation?
Yeah. No, for me, I think that I've always kind of dreamed of being like a sponsored player and competing again. I took a step back because I was trying to save for a house. So I was like, I don't need to be spending this money on tournaments right now. So I took a few years off so I can kind of save up. So I bought the crib. And so now that I have it, like, I think I can get back into competing again. And now they're doing the Tekken World Tour. I think it's like the perfect opportunity to compete and also get that recognition.
Okay. So I'm gonna see you at New Orleans?
You will.
I'm
going to Combo Breaker.
We're all going to Combo Breaker. We're all going to see you there.
Yeah.
I want to touch base on that.
They don't cancel.
I'm really happy to know that there is a successful gamer, a person who can play both games, but also kind of have his life shit together at the same time. Guys, if you do play competitively, that does not mean that you don't have to take life seriously. You can absolutely accomplish everything you want to do. I'm positive that if you're a competitive gamer, you can accomplish anything. So if you want to go get that house, go get that house.
You want to get those degrees, go get those degrees. You want to make money, go make the money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So then what do you tell to like, people at like BP or people come to your house sessions, they're like, yo, I really want to take like FGC, like esports seriously. Like what's the general thing you want to tell them? Like heart to heart.
Be hungry and show it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I was. When I was a young kid, like I would show my mentor that I wanted to play. I was constantly calling him, looking for sessions.
First one in, last one out.
Always, just gotta be hungry, man. That's how you'll get someone to invest in you.
Yeah.
Okay, but then what's the situation then when it's like, oh, I have to be an adult, but I still want to play? What happens then?
You make time for things you want to do.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
All right, that's really it for me, to be honest.
Was your mentor a mentor in Tekken in addition to other things, or strictly Tekken? And did they get you into the competitive scene or Tekken Zaibatsu to get you kickstarted?
Yeah, my mentor got me kickstarted in all of that. My mentor even taught me how to freaking drive.
Wow.
This guy was, this guy was everything.
Shout outs to ODV, One Deadly Venom Man, a Trini dude again from way back when. I still talk to him today. I was his best man at his wedding. Like,
That's good.
yeah, man, we still got a good relationship.
You speak with like such lineage, whether it's having a real mentor in Tekken or even like the barbershop kind of being something of lineage. Is there anyone you think that you might be able to pass on fighting game skill or some other kind of skill? Is that like important to you? Because it seems to be important to you, as you even defined your character choice by your mentor's pick, right?
Yeah. I think about that all the time because I'm noticing that I'm getting to a point now where I'm transitioning from kind of like a new school to old school, and I'm like kind of like right in the middle. And I don't have kids, so if I start making them, that might be potential. Or maybe I'll take ODV's son under my wing.
That would be some nice full circle
I mean, it's
teaching.
Tekken though. You got thrown off a volcano or whatever. Off a mountain. Like that's how it starts.
That's how it starts. Yeah, that's true. Hey, sorry ODV, I gotta take your son to.
Yeah, just hit him with the young.
Yep, toss him over the cliff.
Yeah, I'm about to toss some buckets in a volcano.
Yeah.
All right, man.
You cool?
Thanks so
That's
much.
the bonus questions.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you watching right now? In terms of TV.
Just finished Castlevania. Castlevania Season 3.
Oh,
What do you think of it?
Man, there was some surprises at the end.
I'm not talking about.
All right, there's surprises at the end that kind of threw me off a little bit.
Would you like
but-
there for there to be a, besides Judgment, because we don't talk about Judgment.
Of course
would you
not.
we don't talk about Judgment. Would you like for there to be a Castlevania fighting game?
That'd be sick.
You need to throw Alucard in Smash Bros.
Woo!
It's already,
Listen,
like
Sakurai, if you're watching this,
please
put Alucard in the game.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You already had Mad Sword characters.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's it.
You should put in Phoenix Wright from Ace Attorney.
That'd be amazing.
Great.
We need that character out of Marvel.
Yes.
All right, buddy.
His ass.
Spread the love.
Cut the interview.
Line him up right now. Oh, lining him up. Oh, he wants to take him all the way. All the way. Oh, close. Almost. While rising 4. Staying patient. Oh, what a whiff. Did you see the spacing? StillElectric.
What the train? Oh my God! I'm sorry, I couldn't say anything because that was too good.
A very special shout out to the Boston Tekken Scene. I remember a long time ago, it was just me and Danny struggling to find people to play with. And now look what we got here. We got 70-something people here ready to compete.